All right, you're looking live at pictures from Houston, where the NRA convention is currently underway. It stirred up some controversy after the tragic shooting in Uvalde, Texas, earlier this week, a massacre of children that has raised questions even among the very ardent supporters of police. Soon, North Carolina Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson will take that stage right there. Texas Senator Ted Cruz, we will bring you all of that too live, and soon Donald Trump will take the stage as well, and again we will bring that to you as well. That's all ahead on The Balance. But also, take a look outside that convention center. Protests there all day, and they've been growing and growing. Someone also said they may have spotted Beto O'Rourke out there. Beto, of course, walked into that meeting the day after the shooting in Uvalde held by Texas Governor Greg Abbott, who, by the way, will be speaking later in the show as well. We will bring you some of that to you also. But first, I want to talk about this.
The decision was made on the scene. I wasn't there. At the same point in time, a decision was made that this was a barricaded subject situation. There was time to retrieve the keys and wait for a tactical team with the equipment to go ahead and breach the door and take on the subject at that point. That was the decision. That was the thought process at that particular point in time. For the benefit of hindsight, where I'm sitting now, of course it was not the right decision. It was the wrong decision, period. There's no excuse for that.
So that was Stephen McCraw, Director of Texas Department of Public Safety, a top cop in Texas. So with that conference, everything has changed for me. The story is different now, folks. I'm so frustrated and angry, I can't even imagine what those parents, those families are feeling and thinking right now. I'm maddened, but I'm also saddened by decisions made that day. These police officers made terrible, unforgivable mistakes on Tuesday. More than 100 rounds were immediately fired by the shooter in that school, in that classroom. Police officers knew there was an active shooter. They also knew that children were inside. The commander in charge in Uvalde that day at the scene thought the incident went from an active shooter to a barricaded subject, a different definition completely, meaning he decided that there were no longer any people alive inside. Again, 8, 9, and 10-year-old children were inside. And yet, at the same time, there were ongoing 911 calls coming in from inside that classroom. Living children begging for police to come, scared and still alive. And yet the call was made to back off, create a perimeter, and wait for special ops, a tactical unit, to arrive. But here's where I have a problem, a real problem with the story. Sure, a human being can make mistakes, even cops. But for me, this fact sticks out, and based on what that officer told us earlier today, I just can't reconcile this. Apparently, there were several officers who entered the building just minutes after the shooter began his deadly rampage shooting spree in that one classroom. When cops entered through the same door the shooter entered, by the way, that door was propped open just minutes before by a teacher, no less. So cops entered and were immediately shot at. The shooter allegedly came out of the classroom to engage police, and when they were shot at, the cops, they retreated out of the building. So they know the shooter is still active at the time. He kept on shooting throughout the whole ordeal. He went back into the classroom where 8 or 9 kids and at least one teacher was still alive, and that's according to a 911 call that was made after the cops had retreated. So now, for almost 40 minutes, more than 40 minutes actually, a shooter, an active shooter, had at least 9 live souls in that classroom. Why wouldn't police re-enter the classroom, re-engage? I mean, I get the whole chain of command thing, but was there not one cop willing to break ranks and go back in to save those kids? I just don't get that part. I mean, I'm more pro-law enforcement than just about anyone on TV, and I respect the badge more than anyone I know. But I couldn't sleep at night if I didn't tell you these facts didn't add up. Clearly, that commanding officer made the wrong call. But why? There were dozens of law enforcement officers. Why wasn't there one willing to say, no way, I'm going in? I know I 100% would have, and I haven't sworn the oath to do that. I would have done it with or without a kid of my own inside. You know what else I don't get? Where the hell was the resource officer? He or she wasn't on campus during school hours. That is a total dereliction of duty. Remember Parkland? That resource officer was hiding Well, that shooter killed 14 students, 17 people total died, by the way. We really need to be taking a hard look at how we protect our children in our schools. This press conference today was shorter than the time those children were in that classroom with a shooter, an active shooter. Think about that for a minute. Can we just jump out to those protests again? If you have that shot of the protest, I just want you to see what's going on outside the NRA.
That are data-driven and circumspect. The current
Outside now.
polarization of gun records and gun
Am I being
tracing data
told Wayne
prevents
LaPierre
policymakers
is on
from
stage? Let's take that.
comprehensively
Let's take the
researching
inside the
gun
NRA
violence.
conference right now, folks, if we have that.
We are with this community and all of America in prayer. NRA members are parents. We have sons, daughters, and loved ones. These tragedies cause gut-wrenching, unimaginable pain that too many are being forced to go through right now. It's not right. It should never happen again. If we as a nation were capable of legislating evil out of the hearts and minds of criminals who commit these heinous acts, we would have done it a long time ago.